Hello, and welcome to Experience of the Soul, a weekly space to help you grow, prosper, and deepen your trust in your own inner wisdom. In today's episode, spiritual teacher and author Cynthia Alice Anderson welcomes intuitive guide Dr. Mary Delaney for a conversation about awakening intuition, learning to trust your spiritual guidance, and reconnecting with the deeper knowing already alive within you. So, wherever you are today, take a deep breath and listen with an open heart. And now, Cynthia Alice Anderson.
Hello and welcome to the Experience of the Soul podcast. My name is Cynthia Alice Anderson. I'm the host and I'm also the owner and founder, and it is always a pleasure and a blessing to have you with us today. By the way, friends, I'm also lovingly known as RCA. If you hear that anytime in the podcast, that's just a nickname I've come to accept. And anyway, glad to have you along the journey with us. I can't believe, my friends, we're well over 400 episodes. And with all the affirmations we're now putting out on the channel, it is really a pleasure and a blessing to have you along with us. And we're really honored and proud to be able to bring you the show. And of course, we want to welcome in our amazing producer today, Mr. Sean Kilgore. And we have a special guest, so it's going to be a great day.
Today is going to be a good day. All right. Welcome, friends. Yeah. Welcome to episode 404 of Experience of the Soul for Monday, March 16th, where we are going to be welcoming back to the show a very, very good friend of the show, Dr. Mary Delaney, and we're going to bring her on in just a few minutes. But first, as always, we want to take a look at what's happening this week in spiritual history. So it's that time of year again when you can kind of almost feel things turning, right? The days are stretching a little bit longer. The light is slowly finding its way back. So let's go ahead and jump in here. On Thursday of this week, many in the Christian tradition observe the solemnity of Saint Joseph. Now, this is a day to honor steady faithfulness and quiet strength. We all know Joseph isn't really a loud figure in the story. He just kind of shows up and listens and does what's needed. And there's something really beautiful about that kind of grounded, everyday holiness. I think we can all learn from that.
I agree. Yeah, that's a beautiful idea, Sean. Yeah.
And then on Friday, we reach the March equinox. So this is the moment when the day and the night are in perfect balance. So for centuries, cultures around the world have seen this as a marker of renewal, a reset point, a natural pause where we might ask ourselves, what's ready to begin again? Really, this is when we should be celebrating, like around the time we should be celebrating New Year's, right? Like,
right.
This is the time for a fresh start. This is, when things start to bloom again and, all that stuff, right? So that actually leads us perfectly into our next happening, which is the same turning of the light also brings what's known as Nowruz. This is the Persian New Year. So beginning right at the equinox and recognized internationally on Saturday, the name itself, Nowruz, means new day. I love how simple that is. It's just new day. Yeah. It's a reminder that renewal isn't something we should be forcing. It's already kind of built into the rhythm of the earth. And if we followed that a little more, then, things might be a little bit easier for us. And we wouldn't be putting all that unnecessary stress on ourselves of it's January 1st, it's time for a new diet, it's time for a new exercise. All those things that we do, right? If we just went with the rhythm of the earth. I'm kind of experiencing that in my life right now where I'm like now feeling like, okay, I'm ready to get back into those things to start.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, me too. And, with a lot of wonderful personal changes, I'm feeling that too, a new energy. I recently moved, which is always, bringing on a new energy, whether I want to or not. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, the move has been great, but all the learning of the new things, but it does feel to me too, a time of new energy, even though, as we often talk about, so much in the world seems to be breaking down. But the people I know that are on the deep spiritual journey, as so many of our listeners are, they're experiencing the exact opposite of what's happening in the world because that deeper work has been done, So, I think you're right. This is a powerful time.
Yeah. And on Sunday, we observe World Water Day. So this is a global reminder to protect and honor fresh water. Spiritually, this sort of feels like a gentle whisper to remember what sustains you, to care for what gives you life. I thought that was a beautiful
water
observance.
Is life, my friend. Water is life. Yep.
Amen. And finally, just for fun, Saturday is also World Poetry Day. So maybe that's your invitation to read your favorite poem, or, jot down a few lines of your own if that's something that you like to do. And if you're not listening on Saturday, don't worry, poetry keeps, and it'll wait. It'll wait for you whenever you're joining us. Celebrate poetry on that day, because it's a good thing. It's art.
Yeah, I love that idea. Yeah, I recommend everybody have a poem memorized, at least to bring them back to center. I have a couple I come back to. So yeah, that's cool.
Beautiful. So friends, something to think about. Where are you noticing the light stretching a little longer in your own life? It's a nice question. Maybe jot that down and journal about that. And welcome officially to episode 404 of Experience of the Soul. We are very excited today. So speaking of light, we're very happy to welcome back a dear friend of the show, Dr. Mary Delaney. So many of you know her from her beautiful meditative audio journey called Sacred Spaces. You can find that on Audible and Spotify. Definitely worth it to search that out and take the time to go through that. It's beautiful. And her new Grace and Light Oracle deck is now available for pre-order on Amazon. So we'll talk a little bit more about that and tell you how you can pre-order yours. And we're especially excited to share that on Monday, March 30th, Cynthia Alice and Mary will be coming together for a one-night live virtual workshop called Awakening Intuition. So this is going to be a 75-minute spiritually grounded evening that is designed to support deeper inner listening and self-trust. So open to all spiritual backgrounds and especially supportive if you are longing for a little more alignment or clarity or just trust in your own inner knowing. You can register for this at CynthiaAliceAnderson.com. You'll find a link in the show notes, and we are now very excited to welcome back to Experience of the Soul, Dr. Mary Delaney.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Looking forward to that workshop for sure.
Yes. Yes. We'll see what happens there, right, Mary?
Yeah.
Yep. In our intuition guides. And, Mary, I've known you for so long now, and I just have been honored to see, because not only have you been a mentor for me, I've watched your spiritual growth continue as mine has. And I think it's really beautiful to watch these next steps of your, the card deck coming out, because so many people come to you with, so many questions. And I feel like this will help your work extend, because you are only one person and you can only see so many people in a given day, right? So
exactly. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, well, you talked a little bit about it, I know, before, but I want to hear and for our listeners about how you work with the cards. And I kind of want to jump right into it, because when we work with the cards, we work with them intuitively, and that's exactly what our workshop is about coming up. But now, if you want to go a different direction, let me know. But I was just really interested in your process around the cards, and how that came forward, because I have a feeling it was an intuition and divine awareness that even guided the process in the beginning.
It was amazing how it got started and amazing how it progressed and went in a totally different direction than I expected. I had a dear friend help me get started, and then when she withdrew from the project, I was already knee-deep and committed. So yeah, so I just continued, and the right people showed up, and I'm just really pleased with how it's turned out. And I feel like it's, where tarot cards are set. Oracle decks are very personal and really reflect who I am and my life's work. And I believe that love, grace, and light are where we're all headed and what we're all looking for. And so I think Oracle decks are a wonderful way to kind of access that, to kind of find your own inner clarity, your inner wisdom, and giving you a way to focus on it. Because sometimes we're like, well, okay, where do I start? And it's just a simple, easy way to start.
Oh, yes. I think that's a wonderful way of putting it. And, the thing I often come back to on the show, so many things in the outer world are vying for our attention. And they're not vying for our attention to help us. It's to sell us something, usually that we don't need. And so, what I really like about this idea of working with any cards, but especially your cards, because I know the energy, from which they come, that these cards are going to help you get clarity. They're going to help you, like you say, move into love and light, and they're going to help you develop this understanding of the inner voice. And I think that's what the whole world needs. Like if all of us were seeking to listen to the inner voice, virtually everything we see in the outer world that's a problem would go away.
Yes. Yes. And we would know, we'd have an internal GPS that would show us which way to go. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I've used a variety of cards over the years, and I think they're fun. I've used them with people that were completely thought they were completely non-spiritual. They said, I don't believe all that stuff. And then I had them pick a card, and boy, all kinds of wisdom came forward. And I think they surprised themselves,
Yes, that's the magic. They are definitely magic. I know that with many of the Oracle decks I own, there are guides that come with the deck. And this particular deck, I've been told that angels will go forth to help whoever is using the deck. So
I believe that. Yes, I believe that. That sounds really, really beautiful. Do you have a specific way you're suggesting people use the deck, like 1 card, 3 cards? I know there's a lot of different ways people use decks.
Yes. So I think it's really important to get clear before you sit down with the deck, and to be sure of your intent and who you're calling on, where you're sourcing your guidance. So you do maybe it could be a 30-second meditation or a 30-second statement of, please, Holy Spirit, guide me as I ask these questions. And how you ask the question is going to influence your answer. So if you use a should word, you're going to get a very different, like say, should I take this class?
Right.
It'll be a very different answer than if you ask the question, what benefits would I get out of taking this class? Or what do I most need to know about taking this class? Then you're not limiting Spirit's ability to give you the best answer, because our questions, if they're born out of fear, will really constrict how Spirit can answer. So when we ask a trusting question like, are there any messages for me? Or what do I most need to know today? You're not limiting.
I think that is, yes, that is a very good sound advice. And as you were talking, I thought I jumped in so quickly. I don't know if we really described what the deck is. Like if you've never heard of the Oracle deck, like show us a picture for people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I know what it is and but.
Yes. Okay. So this is the book that comes with it and what's on the cover of the deck. The actual, there's 44 cards in the deck. This is the back. And then the front, each card is obviously very different from the next. And when I thought, maybe we could pull a card for the audience, maybe what they most need to know, or what's in their best and highest good. So I thought, I'll practice. So I pulled the card, Be a Lighthouse. And I thought, wouldn't that be great if that came up? But because it's about who we're meant to be in the world. And to support, how you think. So I believe this deck is going to really support people's journey into grace and light.
I agree. It's a beautiful intention and idea. And, the reason I mentioned it is they're card decks of regular cards, and these are all spiritual cards, all with images, all with spiritual intentions behind each one. And so when you think about what you could be doing with your time in today's world, taking a few minutes like this can just be, I think, a really powerful reset, or even intention setting, as you said, for the day. Like if you don't have a morning practice, we talk so often about having a morning practice. And sometimes people go, well, where do I start? buy a Oracle deck from Dr. Mary Delaney. That'd be a great beginning, or a great addition, even if you have something already. Because I think, sometimes it'll bring in a new idea that we never would have imagined on our own too.
Yes. And I think it's a beautiful way of listening to spirit, because
yes,
a way of bringing in our answers. Yeah.
Yes. And helping them, unfold from the inner world. I think it's kind of like a little tap on the shoulder, like, hey, don't forget, you're supposed to be a lighthouse. Oh, yeah. Be a lighthouse. Good idea.
Yeah. I've used this in with many of my clients, and I had one client who really touched my heart because he had never used an Oracle deck before.
Yeah.
And so I explained to him what it was and how to use it. And when he pulled a card, he pulled the card that is this image. Okay. And I always tell people, before you read the copy, look at the image, get your own intuition, because that overrides anything that I've written here, your own understanding. And he was very moved by the card, because he said it reminded him he had had a near-death experience.
Yes.
And he said, that's what I saw, was the light. And after that, he said, I don't think I need to say anything else, because I'm reminded that nothing else really matters except that light. So it reminded him of not only who he was, but also what he had experienced. And boy, I'll tell you, I could have never seen that coming.
Yes. Well, and, I strongly believe the soul works in image, and Carl Jung has taught us that, the indigenous peoples around the world have taught us that. And, images are so powerful for activating, what's the word? Memory, but sometimes even ancestral memory, sometimes even healing of a memory of who we truly are, as you said, in that case, and a powerful experience. So I would never have imagined that just looking at the card, but that's the power of them, as you say.
And I got to tell you something, because I can see on my screen like a little blurb will come in that I just got an email. He just emailed me, and the title of the email was The Light.
There you go.
At the same moment I'm talking about him, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. This is what we call, a divine appointment. Yeah,
the synchronicity of that.
Yeah, the synchronicity of it all. Yeah. So, there are no, go ahead.
Yeah, so I can pull a card for our audience. I can pull one for you. What would you like?
Oh, you choose. You're the star of the show today.
Oh my goodness.
You're a star in God's firmament, Mary.
All right. Well, if I pull a card for everyone, I'm also pulling one for you. And so the first thing I'll do is tap the deck to clear any energies that I don't want to get somebody else's answers or
right. Okay.
And then I take a moment to get still and to hold the question in my mind of, what does the audience most need to know right now? What's in their best and highest good? So the card that I pulled is Quantum Intuition. And so if you want to just examine the card, just kind of get your sense about how it speaks to you, what meaning you give this card. And I can tell you that for me, when I look at this image, it's like all of us are on the precipice of change or something new starting, and we either reach for the moon or we fall to the depths. It's kind of, I don't think there's any in between anymore right now.
I agree.
Okay, so then because the cards are numbered, all you have to do is go to the deck and look up number 30, and I'll just read to you what it says. Quantum Intuition. Take a moment and close your eyes and breathe. Can you feel your connection to spirit and to all that is? If you were to walk outside, can you feel your connection with the earth and all that surrounds you? How about your connection to the stars? Everything is made of energy, and you are playing on the field of life. As a vibrational being, you have access to unlimited information. All energy is a conduit for information. Quantum mechanics affirms that particles can be entangled across vast distances, meaning changes in one particle can instantaneously affect another. This is a powerful demonstration of the interconnectedness of everything. You are at a point in your cosmic development where you can use your quantum intuition and tap into the underlying energy of the universe to gain insight and wisdom. This mysterious and intuitive aspect of all that is the foundation for creativity, interconnectedness, and out-of-the-box thinking. It is how spontaneous creativity and insightful moments can seem to appear without deliberate reasoning. Drawing this card indicates that you are on the cusp of a quantum leap. Meditate on this image to assist you in diving into your knowing and wisdom. You are here in the builder phase of the human story. You are here to light the way as a unique resource and trusted guide. What you have to offer the world is powerful beyond measure. Trust and tap into the quantum energy field. As soon as you trust in Source and yourself, you will know the way. And then every card comes with an affirmation, and this affirmation is, I am always connected to my intuitive wisdom.
Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. I think that was the exact right card because we spoke several weeks ago about the fire horse energy, about moving into divine purpose, authenticity, alignment, but also, freedom, but with wisdom, and I think that was the exact card for our audience and listeners. We've been working around that, and even our next show is about supporting your own journey. How do I support my own soul? And I think these cards are a wonderful aspect of that, a wonderful aspect that could really support someone's soul journey. Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the class we're going to be teaching together.
Yes. Awakening intuition is going to be wonderful. We already have quite a few. I'd say we probably have 15 already signed up. I think that's going to be really great. I think all the people coming are deeply spiritual and want to simply enhance, their intuitive work. Yeah.
Nice.
So, do you want to talk a little bit about how you're using intuition in your own work right now? Because I know you use it all the time with clients, but you also have a personal journey as well.
Well, one of the things that I'm having a lot of fun with is human design right now. Yeah. And human design will tell you what your inner authority is, which then tells you how to listen to your soul, how to listen to your knowing. And there are 7 different types of knowing. And so I use that to help people kind of understand where their strengths are, although everyone accesses all the different clairs or abilities. So I think talking about how feeling, seeing, knowing, how it demonstrates in your life, how to practice it, and how to trust it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that word also keeps coming up on the show as well. It's like, I think we all have intuition, and the idea is awakening to it in a deeper way so that we can really trust and then take the action, the spirit guided action, to move forward in a powerful way. Because if we know what's ours to do and we don't do it, we're never going to grow and mature as spiritual souls. We're going to stay stuck kind of in the same, old patterns.
Right. Yeah, I think most of us got conditioned to listen to our brains.
Right.
As if logic was the end all be all. And intuition defies logic. It's a knowing before you can even think.
Yes. We were just talking about that too over the last several weeks, both at church and, on the podcast, that the mind has limits and the soul is limitless. The soul has access to both the here and now reality and eternity. And the mind, well, it's just stuck thinking thoughts.
Yeah. I think of the mind as a computer. You want to use your computer for researching, but you'd never let it make a decision for you.
Well, I wouldn't, but people are already, yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, sure. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. But say more too about moving into more trust, because I think that is a big one. That is one of the biggest questions I get. How do I know I'm really doing, say, the higher will in my life, God's will, or
I've told people it's a good idea to keep an intuition journal, because you may think it's not happening, but then you look back and realize, oh my God, 2 or 3 times a day I was getting a hit on something and I just forgot because life moves on. And if you can keep that, when you use your intuition and you're right, that's valuable information. When you use it and it doesn't feel like it was right, that's useful, like what was going on for me. So one of the things I think we'll talk about in the workshop is the difference between your perception versus your intuition. So you might perceive something from somebody, like they walk into the room and your chest tightens. That is 100% accurate. You can count on that. But your interpretation about what it means is where you could go off the rails. So we'll talk about that and how to know and use perception versus interpretation.
Yes. Well, it's so much too about how the brain is wired. Once you set an intention, once you have an awareness, an intuitive guidance or idea, the wonderful thing about the brain is it is wired to start making these connections. It's called, the reticular activating mechanism, that the brain absolutely will start pointing these things out. But until there's an intention, you're not going to get these messages and awareness because you haven't made the connection yet. And so I think it is so important, as you're saying, to be very, very mindful that, yes, there is a feeling like one of the examples I give Mary is, if you walk into a room and there's been an argument, you go, you know what? I'm out. Something in you feels it. Now you could make up a story. It's about you, or you could just you could just go, okay, there was an argument and I don't want to be in that energy, but you do feel something,
Yes. Yeah.
Or you walk into a cathedral and there's this, sense of peace, or you walk into a room and someone told me you just feel love or creativity. And then it's, you have to be careful not to make up a story about it. That's the big one.
Yeah, that's where we tend to go off the rails. Yeah.
Yes. But I think just the intention of wanting to awaken to this higher way of being, which is to me what intuition is. It's tapping into the higher energies and then living from that energy with faith and trust. It's not that we think we know everything or we're better than anybody. We're seeking just to live from this higher place. Yeah. And then continuing to discern, continuing to test out, to gain wisdom as we get feedback for what it is we're thinking and feeling.
Yeah. I can remember about over 30 years ago getting an intuitive hit that I should go get my tires checked out. And I didn't do it. And I came out of a store, a Blockbuster, so that'll tell you how long ago this was.
Yeah.
And I heard this sound and I thought, uh-oh, somebody's tire is going. And it was mine. And that was a pivotal change moment for me that I knew. And I didn't trust it and I didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget that moment.
Right. Well, and I think we all have those moments, right? Where we've known something and we didn't listen to it.
Yeah.
Well, and part of your work is, you're an expert in this field. Your doctoral work was on this higher, these higher energies. And I feel like, you've done this so long with so many clients for so many years that, you really have this innate awareness about how to guide people. And, in our time together in the class, which we didn't even talk about this part yet, but I know I want to have time for people to ask questions, because I'm quite sure everybody who will be at the workshop, is already been working with their intuition already. And I believe they all know more than they might believe they know. So I know you're going to be able to help and guide, and I'll be able to support that as well in some form or fashion. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have fun. My intuition tells me we're going to have fun.
Exactly. All right, let's do one more card. You want to pull one for me or Sean?
Okay.
What are you getting?
How about if I pull one for each of you, and I can always send you through email what it says, or we can see if you want to.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do Sean first.
Awesome.
And the question I'm asking is, are there any messages for you? So your card is trust the timing.
Oh, okay.
Wow. It's a great image.
Yeah, it really is. But
yeah. And I will email you the image and the copy on this for both of you.
Excellent.
So trust the timing. In quantum mechanics, everything is interconnected. Even our thoughts and our intentions influence on multiple levels our internal and external worlds. When you access the quantum realm, you orchestrate changes that manifest in the physical world. Each of us has our own pace and path to bring about change. One of the most common ways we do this is by calling in the relationships that will transform us. You have probably heard that people enter our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Each relationship comes with gifts of love, healing, wisdom, growth, and so much more. Sometimes it is the gift of pain that cracks us wide open and alters the course of our journey forever. Every relationship changes us to help us bring forth more of who we already are. Use this card to meditate on how you have transformed through your relationships or through their absence. We will never be denied anything that is truly meant for us. The universe will always send you love. There will always be someone in your life who loves you. Are you open to whatever form it takes? Our relationship with ourselves is reflected back to us in every relationship we explore. So make sure that one of the people who love you is you. Quantum physics reveals that anything that can be observed is changed by the observer, and we all see variations of truth because we are all influencing what we see. As you meditate on this image, say to yourself, as I change my relationship with myself, my internal world begins to change, thereby altering my outside world. And then your affirmation is, I am awareness, I am experience, I am the seed that grows my life.
Ooh. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you very much. Yeah, so much about that. I mean, I have said people come into your life for a reason or season or lifetime. I believe I've said it on the show before.
You have.
Yeah.
I was going to say hashtag facts.
Yeah. I mean, chills through my whole body. Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, wonderful. Those chills are your God bumps. You're witnessing to the truth. That is a form of intuition. And when you get those, you just know, you know. Yeah, very cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
All right. Well, I guess I'll take one too.
Okay.
Your turn.
I mean, that was so good.
Okay. So what I'm asking for you is, what do you most need to know at this moment? Oh. The enchanted tree of life.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
You are being called to fall in love with your life all over again. The tree of life is challenging you to find the extraordinary, which lies at the center of the ordinary. To live an enchanted life is to fall in love with and be grateful for everything. To be stressed, fragmented, and disconnected is a red flag that you have lost track of the magic that is life. This magic is your birthright. It is now time to re-enchant yourself with the world around you. Luckily, enchantment is not difficult. It's pretty simple, really. Try stepping outside and listening to the birds. Pick up a stone and hold it and see if it will reveal its vibe to you. Savor a glass of water or sit under a tree. Enchantment is a state of mind and a state of being which can be cultivated simply through focused perception and consciousness. It is a grounded practice because it is based in a vivid awareness of our belonging to a multidimensional world. The enchanted tree of life is calling you to slow down and find the heart in the ordinary. In doing so, you will find the soul of the world that will manifest in you as sensitivity, intuition, compassion, and grace. Turning the page. Perhaps you will discover that everything, not just humans and animals, is alive. What if the stones, the rivers, and the plants are alive? You have the ability, when you slow down and tune in, to connect with the living, breathing heart of Mother Earth. If you wish to bring magic back into your ordinary life, meditate on this image to assist you in waking up to the extraordinary in the ordinary. And your affirmation is, I am in love with life, and life is in love with me.
Perfect. Love it.
Yeah, really nice. Those images are gorgeous. Yeah.
They are.
And the messages also. So I just want to take a moment just to remind everyone, you can get your deck that's available for pre-order on Amazon. There will be a link in the show description on whatever platform you're listening to. So pre-order your deck today if you'd like to experience that. Just beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mary, thanks again for being with us. And friends, if you haven't yet registered for the workshop, that is in a couple weeks. It is Monday, March 30th, as Sean said, for 75 minutes. I like that description. Hour and 50 minutes, 75 minutes. And an hour felt too short and an hour and a half felt too long. So I just split in the middle. But anyway,
it's just right.
I went with my guidance. Okay.
Yep.
So Mary, it's always a pleasure and a blessing to have you. Honored to support your work and really honored that you support us as well. And it's going to be really, really fun to, bring more of your work into my world and into my clients' world as well. And Sean, I think let's also put a link out in our weekly email to the cards. I think that would be
absolutely,
that would be really awesome. So Mary, thanks again. And my friends, my listeners, thank you for joining us. As always, we're honored to support your journey. And we thank you for all the ways you support us. And please share the show with a friend. We want to support Dr. Mary Delaney's work because it supports you and your soul's journey. And as we wake up, the world becomes a place we want to live in instead of a place we want to flee. So my friends, please, please, please do this spiritual work to lift yourself up and out and, go with those higher energies because we know it is what makes life worth living. So my friends, we love you, we bless you, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Blessings on the journey.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Experience of the Soul with Cynthia Alice Anderson. If this message resonated with you, we invite you to share it with someone who might need it today. This show is made possible by listeners like you, and we're grateful for the community that helps keep these conversations available to all. You can learn more or contribute to the show at cynthiaaliceanderson.com/donate. Produced by Kilgore Creative and a production of the Soulworks Group Incorporated. Until next time, take good care.